Listen, this isn't one of those Alexa's adorable videos. I am disheveled and distressed and poor. Alright, okay, the elephant's in the room. A week has passed and I believe it is finally time to acknowledge that. Now, I wasn't going to come back to the topic of Sherlock so soon, but I keep finding myself waking up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat. Why would they interpret Garridebs like that? Listen, everyone's got their own opinions on the matter. Please keep that in mind. Just know that this is mine. Alright, that being said, I don't think I hated the episode. I mean, by the time we got to the lying detective, I felt like something was off. Do you know what I mean? Specifically, I have a problem with the introduction of a lot of characters in a short time frame. Like in this one episode, outside of the main characters, we've got Faith, Elizabeth, Eurus, who are all the same people. Then we've got Real Faith, we've got Culverton, and now suddenly Lady Smallwood's hitting on fucking Mycroft? No. Mycroft? That's Mark Gatiss. That's not Mycroft. That is not. A heterosexual? I think not. And I get it's a detective show, and I understand that characters are a necessity to tell a story, but like, I felt as though they were really trying to hammer in the emphasis on who's who and who has like a really great impact on the series. That being said, I also thought the pacing was ridiculously off, much like this video. Sherlock at its core is much less of a crime drama than it is a mystery show. And while the finale was mysterious in a lot of ways, it just really felt as though they were trying too hard. I know Stephen Moffat is a turnoff for a lot of people when it comes to Doctor Who. He just has this way of making things a bit too complex story-wise, like too detailed. And in the process of that, things become entirely too jumbled and it's hard to follow and it just doesn't work. And I felt like this episode was that. So then when it's revealed that the entire series as a whole was just a lead up to BBC's Murder Castle Island, I was annoyed. You know, we really didn't have any hints leading up to this until his last vow. That's when Mycroft hints at a third home sibling.
I'm not given to outbursts of brotherly compassion. You know what happened to the other one.
And then in this series, they really just tried to jam in as many hints as they possibly could. For instance, call Sharonford at 2 p.m. or constantly putting the same woman in different disguises in every episode. When it comes to pacing for this Euros concept as a whole, it feels like series 1 through 3 were this incredibly long expository chapter, and series 4 is everything thereafter, including the climax and resolution, all within an hour and a half. Like, how fucking Moftus is that? Work you up for 6 years and then be like, LOL, I'm tired, right? BBC Murder Castle felt like such a Bond film. This in no way felt like a Sherlock episode to me. Honestly, when I was watching it, it was like 2 a.m., I was in the dark, I was by myself, and I kept having to pause it in disbelief because I felt like I was being tricked. Everything was just absolutely so bizarre. I legitimately thought that this was a fever dream concocted by my recent re-interest in the show and then the marathons of Daniel Craig movies I've been watching lately. Like, the show was so different, I honestly thought I was hallucinating. God damn it. Okay, now here are some plot points I was annoyed with. Dude, the glass. Like, come on. You're telling me he didn't notice the glass? He's fucking Sherlock Holmes. Of course he's gonna notice the glass. Did he not look for a reflection? Or, like, honestly, that makes no sense. Of course he would fucking know there's glass. There's no way, no possible way he didn't know there was glass there. Here's a fun thing. Apparently every enemy in this fucking show's gay. Like, let's make Irene Adler, a lesbian, also fucking evil. How about Jim Moriarty? Super fucking queer. Also, fucking evil. Oh, and Eurus, the most evil character in the entire series. You know what? Let's just have her rape a girl. Just to show how evil of a fucking otherworldly bisexual she is. Talk about representation, bitches! Then there's the Sherlock Molly scene. Now, initially I was annoyed with this scene because I didn't like it. It was weird and I feel awful for Molly. Then I hated it even more because it was added in lieu of a coffin puzzle. Again, I really don't think it was fair to Molly's character. Like, I don't even like her character. From the get-go, I just thought she was gonna be a non-story progressing side character, like she's supposed to be. We do nothing with her, and then in the last 20 minutes of the show, we decide Sherlock's gonna tell her that he loves her.
I love you.
And you can't just tell me that that was like for the puzzle. You know there was feeling there. He had a realization, but that was fucking bullshit. Molly Hooper deserves so much better. I didn't sign up for Saw. Okay? The plane thing. Explain the plane thing. Was that a dream? Was that John's dream? There are a lot of parallels there, guys. There are a lot of parallels there. Okay? It kind of seemed like the moral of the story is, hey, forgive your abuser, forgive the bad guy, and everything's gonna be happy and dandy, but that's not always true. That's a lie. That is a straight lie. How about the fact that Sherlock fucking ignored Vatican cameos? The grenade? Okay, they hyped up the damage of it. There was barely any damage inside the apartment. None of them were hurt. Mrs. Hudson was fine. Why'd they make such a big deal about it? Did Mycroft get flung down the stairs? Were there hospital bills? What did the doctor say? How long was the recovery process? Was that months? That had been weeks. They jumped out a fucking explosion of a bill. Did they have fire insurance? Did Miss Hudson fix it with just the money she has, apparently, because apparently she's got a lot of money? Okay? Who is Mrs. Hudson? Why does everyone want to make DVDs? You know? Is it that common of a thing to make posthumous DVDs and just fucking send them to everyone with funny messages? What if, why? So you're telling me in 5 minutes, Moriarty was just like, fuck it, cool, let's film these GIFs for you. Okay. What? Surely the well was not far away from the house, like not that far. I mean, did they give up? What happened? Someone explain. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Also, how Mary got the last word, how she got to fucking narrate the end sequence. Who you really are doesn't matter. Bitch, what? Bitch, what? What? It's like, what's the point of making an effort to humanize Sherlock and discuss his feelings and talk about who he really is over and 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 over again if you're just gonna negate it by saying, you know what, it doesn't matter. Fuck you, yes it does matter. Who you really are does matter. Damn it, Mary. God damn it. Listen, I'm really fucked up emotionally from this episode. I was on a plane coming back here watching the reactions on Tumblr and holy shit. Now, not to tin hat, but apparently there's a secret episode coming out tomorrow, which honestly, I don't believe in that. I mean, the signs are all there, okay? The signs are there. The sign of 3, 4. Just finally, like, why the fuck was Euros an X-Men? Why did that happen? Why? I got a lot of feelings. So, how do I feel positively about it? I like that we finally wrapped up that Moriarty's dead. That was, thank you for doing that. I'm not gonna talk about the PBS end thing. No.
You didn't think I just disappeared, did you?
No. I like that we confirmed that Mary's probably dead. Cool. I liked Mrs. Hudson just doing her shit. She's cool as hell. I liked how John and Sherlock are cohabitating, raising Rose, who apparently still exists or something, because what? I like that it set it up that Rathbone could be a thing if they come back. That's the thing. That could have been the final episode, you know? And if it is, I'm happy, because it kind of tied up some things, but also at the same time, why the fuck did they choose to do it like that? Those were a lot of dumb things that were happening. With that all out of the way, I enjoyed the episode. It was something, but it wasn't Sherlock. It was really cool. I loved the action sequences, I loved everything about it, but it wasn't Sherlock. Don't worry, I want to fight Me Too, guys.